As we've seen a few times already, IPv4 addresses have 4 octets that go all the way from being all zeros to all ones. So theoretically, that should mean that we can use ranges from 0.0.0.0 all the way to 255.255.255.255, right? Well, the answer is actually no. There are some ranges that are called reserved IP addresses, and one of those reserved ranges is 127.0.0.0/8. This is reserved for what is called a loopback interface. A commonly used loopback address is 127.0.0.1/32. This specific loopback IP is managed by the operating system in your computer and is also known as localhost. In fact, you can ping this IP using the IP itself or its alias of localhost. And there are a couple of uses for this. For example, if you're designing a website and you want to try it out on your laptop for testing purposes, you could type in HTTP 127.0.0.1, or you could type in HTTP localhost, and as long as it's properly configured, your website will pull up as if it were a public website. In fact, if you've taken any of our other cyber courses, chances are that you've already seen this in action. Whenever we set up a pen testing environment, we usually configure it to be accessible only via our local host or 127.0.0.1. That way we can access those environments, but they're not publicly accessible, so no one else can access them. This is not the only IP that's reserved though. There are several other IP ranges that are also reserved. So as an exercise, I encourage you to do a little bit of research in order to find a complete list of reserved IP addresses and their uses. Once you're ready, go ahead and complete this lesson and we'll move on to the next, where we'll talk about IP ranges that are in fact very important to know.